Hi everyone, I am Afolabi Dollars, also known as The Voice. In this video, I'm going to be addressing a popular charismatic quote that many of us quote very well, especially common among pregnant women or husbands that their wives are pregnant. And then, of course, in church prayer meetings when pregnant women are being prayed for, they say, you deliver like the Hebrew woman. May you deliver like the Hebrew woman. And also, I've been to hospital whereby during antenatal rather, where pregnant women, came for antenatal care and lessons and all that. Yeah, during the prayer session, you hear such prayer pointers. You deliver like the Hebrew woman. May you deliver like the Hebrew woman. I've also prayed this prayer over the years. I've prayed the prayer very well, until I decided to, make a research on it, that Hebrew woman. Let me get it, because I'm a kind of person that I like paying attention to details. I like knowledge. I like to search in order to know. And so, because there are so many things that we say today, so many quotes out there that we quote, so many statements, so many cliche we use, especially in the Christendom, that many of us just found people saying it and we join them in saying it. We don't even know the root. We don't know how it came about. And some of them, some people will say, the Bible says, heaven help those who help themselves. And truly, you can't find that in the Bible. Maybe implied, yes. But you can't find it in the Bible as heaven help those who help themselves. You understand? And then there was even one that I argued with my friend about 2 years ago. I even argued with him. He was the one that showed me, he came into Nigeria and then we were kind of moving around. And he said, do you know that this thing that you said one time, that hell has no fury than a woman that is scorned? I've always believed, because the way the statement is, it sounded like one of the 3,000 proverbs of Solomon in the book of Proverbs. So I've always thought this from the book of Proverbs. There are some quotes, there are some things you say that you can't remember where it is in the Bible, but you just know, you just have this knowing that it's in the Bible. You just that you cannot really place where it is at the moment. You understand? That's the way that statement was, that quote. Hell has no fury than a woman that is scorned. I always thought that is from the Bible, that is in the book of Proverbs. You understand? Until my friend showed me about 2 years ago that it is not in the Bible. You understand that it's, I've forgotten the person that, wrote about it. But it's not in the Bible at all. But I've always believed it's in the Bible. These statements that we are trying to address in this video: you will deliver like the Hebrew woman. You will give birth like the Hebrew woman. Which apparently what it means, what many of us that are quoting it, what we are trying to say is, you would deliver without maybe a cesarean section or a cesarean delivery, or you would deliver or give birth without pain, without complications. Is sharp, very fast, swift. You deliver. No pain, nothing, no complication and all that. No death. That's the meaning. That's what we're actually trying to say by you deliver. By that statement, you deliver like the Hebrew woman, And so people claim it, and pregnant women claim it in their prayers, Christian pregnant women. But the truth is, this statement is not even scriptural. It's not in the Bible. There is no place actually in the Bible that says that Hebrew women deliver or give birth in a different way from any other woman in existence, or any other woman from any other nation. No, it's just coined out from a misinterpreted, I don't know who did this, but I don't know. Somebody, most times, an error comes from one man, then it spreads to every other person. The same way with truth, it comes from one man, then it spreads. But I know it must have come from one man that misinterpreted the passage, which we're still going to check out, as we are going. But the truth is, what I'm trying to establish here is that there is no such thing as delivering like the Hebrew woman, especially with the implication we give to it, which means that yes, no pain, no labor, swift, very fast, no death, no complication. There is no such thing as that in the Bible, that you are delivering like a Hebrew woman, then it now means that you will just deliver without pain or labor or without any travailing. No such thing as that. There are several scriptures, but I want to read just one. There are several scriptures in the Bible that even shows contrary, that shows that women, regardless of the tribe, regardless of the nationality, regardless of where, it is labor. It is just the trademark. It is through labor, through pain, that a woman brings forth into this world. John, let me quickly read John 16. Excuse me, sorry. John 16:21. It says, that's Jesus talking here. Jesus said, a woman, when she's in labor, has sorrow, because her hour has come. But as soon as she has given birth to the child, she no longer remembers the anguish. That's the pain. She no longer remembers the anguish for joy that a human being has been born into the world. This is what the Bible is saying. A woman. And the person that is talking here is Jesus. Jesus was Jew. Hebrew too is Jew. Okay. And so he's talking about a woman. And when he's talking about a woman, he's talking about women generally. When it comes to giving birth, there's nothing like separating women from women. It's the same women, it's the same womb, it's the same delivery. You understand? So that is what you can see here very clearly. Even if you look at the Bible, let's even look at the Bible. If you look at the Bible, which I won't be able to really read much because I don't want to keep this video to get too long, The Hebrew women had painful births, in fact, they had painful labor like anyone else. They had painful births like any other woman. It's clear, written all over the scriptures, that they had painful labor. These Hebrew women that we are quoting, that we want to give birth like them, that our women are quoting that they want to give birth like the Hebrew woman. There are countless of, places in the Bible that even emphasized, that showed us that the Hebrew women gave birth in pains, in labor. You understand? They had it. You understand? Like, for instance, Rachel. Rachel is the second wife of Jacob. Okay? Rachel is the second wife of Jacob. If you look at Genesis chapter 35, from verse 16 to 19, we're made to understand that Rachel, when she was pregnant and it was time for her to deliver, in the process of travailing, she went through labor, and not just going through labor. In the process of labor, the pains, it was too much for her. At the end of the day, she even died giving birth. She died in the process. Rachel was Hebrew. Rachel was an Hebrew woman. You understand? This I'm even talking about. It's not even that maybe she just gave birth alone. Not that she just even went through pain alone in bed. She even died. Hebrew woman, she died in the process of giving birth. Hebrew woman, Rachel, gave birth. What about the wife of Phinehas? The wife of Phinehas also had complications. She went through labor, went through pains. On getting the news about her father-in-law, she went through pains, she went through labor. She almost died, even in the process of giving birth. This was also an Hebrew woman. You find this one I just told you now in 1 Samuel chapter 4, 19 to 20. It's there. She almost died in the process. That's another Hebrew woman. And there are several other scriptures I can't go into that shows that pregnancy with any woman, whether Hebrew or Gentile or anyone, any woman, is the same labor that they go through. The same labor. The same complication can happen. The same labor that killed them, that probably even when supposing there was cesarean section during those times, probably they would have even survived the pregnancy. You understand? And it's funny how people condemn CS. Some even condemn what's this this childbearing that you do, in vitro fertilization, that's a IVF, yes. Some people even condemn the IVF. Say, no, I can't do it. That is lack of faith. God, I'm going to wait. I'll wait for God. My God will not fail me. I'll wait for my God to answer me. See, it's just that you are dumb to know. You are religiously dumb to know that medical science is part of the miracle that God made available in this generation. Listen, many of the miracles Jesus healed in the Bible can now be cured through medical science. Many of those miracles in the Bible that Jesus performed to heal, because at that time, no technological advancement, no medical advancement. So those times, it was a miracle. But today now, it can be done through medical science. It can be done. There is nothing wrong. There's nothing devilish or demonic about technology or medical science. So stop saying that you can't do IVF as a Christian. If you have the money to do it, go ahead and do it. There's nothing wrong. It doesn't mean any lack of faith. There's nothing absolutely wrong about CS, doing a cesarean section. It doesn't make you less of a child of God or less of a Christian. It doesn't make the person that had his own without CS better than you are. It doesn't. So we need to stop all this religious nonsense. We need to stop it. What about Jabez? Jabez's mother, if you read 1 Chronicles 4, verse 9 to 10, Jabez's mother gave birth to Jabez in serious pain, extreme pain, anguish. That was how he gave birth to Jabez. Jabez's mother too is Hebrew, is an Hebrew woman. No? That is even why she gave birth, she named Jabez Jabez, because the pain was just too much for her to bear. So that she has to name him Jabez. That's an Hebrew woman during delivery. So when you are praying that may you deliver like Hebrew woman, think very well and know what you are saying. You understand? Because there is nothing special about the Hebrew woman. It's the same thing. The Hebrew woman, the Nigerian woman, the woman from Saudi Arabia, the woman from Togo, the Ghanaian woman, the American woman, the Ukrainian woman, is the same. There is no difference when it comes to pregnancy. It's the same symptoms, maybe little distinctions here and there, but pregnancy is pregnancy. It's the same trimesters they go through. It's the same delivery they deliver. Maybe little complications here and there, different complications. It's the same thing. Maybe different hours of delivery is the same thing. Different contractions is the same thing. It's the same pains. It's the same delivery, the same travail. There's nothing special about the Hebrew woman's delivery. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So we need to understand this. Now, quickly, where did this story come from? This misinterpretation, this misrepresentation, where did it come from? You will need to go and read Exodus chapter 1, verse 12 to 22. That is where the story came. I won't be able to read that now because I don't want a long video. But you go and read it yourself. That is the problem. We don't like to go and read for ourselves. We like to be told stories. And that's the problem. And that's why we always buy what we are told, hook, line, and sinker. And that's what we also spread to the next generation. But when you go and read and study for yourself, you find out and you get to know the truth. That is why some of us are exceptional when it comes to studying the Word of God. We try to go into details to know it for ourselves, not because our fathers in the Lord or Geo told us one story. Now, when you go to read Exodus 1, 12 to 22, you will find out that in that story, the children of Israel in the land of Egypt, they were, when they were taken as slaves in Egypt, they were there in Egypt as slaves. When they were in Egypt, they were giving birth. There was a Pharaoh that didn't like them at all. The Pharaoh that didn't like the children of Israel. He was afraid. You understand? He was afraid for the children of Israel because they were growing. The population of the children of Israel in Egypt was growing. So he was afraid. He doesn't want them to outgrow them. He doesn't want the population to now be so much that then it will now be distant to them. You understand? So he was now trying to regulate their growth. He was trying to regulate their population. You understand? Because he's seeing them as a challenge, a terror to himself. that no. He's seen an insecurity in that area. You understand? So he's trying to curb it. He's trying to control it. He now told 2 midwives. These 2 midwives happen to be Hebrew women. They happen to be Hebrew women. So he now told them that they should take note that all these Israeli women, all these Israelites, they are women whenever they are pregnant and they are about to deliver, that if what they give birth to is a girl, they should leave girls. But if they deliver to baby boys, they should kill those baby boys. Any baby, just like, it happened to during Herod, and all that, they should kill any baby boy that when Jesus was born. Any baby boy born 2 years below, they didn't touch girls, they just boy. So that is the same law that he gave, and he specifically instructed these 2 Hebrew midwives that they should leave girls being born by Israel women, but any boy that is born by Israel or Hebrew women, the same thing, that he should kill those boys. After some time, this Pharaoh realized that even after a while he gave this law and this instruction to these midwives, the population of the children of Israel was still increasing. He felt that it's supposed to be decreasing, but it's still increasing. So it got him worried, and he called the attention of, he summoned the 2 midwives and asked them and said, what is going on? I told you to do something. Are you guys not doing it? How come the population is still increasing? Say, are you not killing the boys delivered by the Hebrew women that I told you to be killing? And they replied and said, no, we are not killing them. Say, why are you not killing them? Is that not the instruction I gave you to kill them? Why are you not killing them? Say, hey, in fact, O king, O Pharaoh, the way the Hebrew women are delivering is different from the Egyptian women. Before we could say Jack Robinson, they have delivered, though. Very fast, very swift. Before we could even know that, okay, how far? Before we could say how far, they have given birth. The Hebrew women, the way they give birth is different from the Egyptian women. They just give birth fast and swift. Before we can even know what is going on, that, okay, let's see the labor, they gave the king an impression that the Hebrew women were giving birth without labor, without any pain, very fast and clear. That is why they couldn't carry out the assignment that the Pharaoh told them to carry out, which is to kill the Hebrew boys that are being born by the Hebrew women. This thing is there. When you read, especially from verse 16 down to verse 19, you see the conversation in Exodus 1 from verse 16 to 19. You see the conversation between the midwives, who are also Hebrew women, and Pharaoh. So what happened there? The Hebrew midwives lied to Pharaoh, who want to kill his own people. Nobody want to kill his own people. And that was what the Hebrew midwives did. They had to lie to Pharaoh that the reason they are not carrying out the assignment, because you can't go against the instruction of the king. Otherwise, your head will be on the plate. So they had to lie. All these things was a lie. There was never a time any Hebrew woman was giving birth without any pain or without any complication or had a fast delivery. No, it was a lie by these 2 midwives. So apparently this story was misconstrued or misinterpreted by some Bible scholars from this Exodus 1, 12 to 22 I just read. That's where you find the story. That's the only place the story is. There is no place in the Bible that says that the Hebrew woman was delivering without pain or without any child labor or anything. No place. It was just a lie fed to the Pharaoh by the 2 Hebrew midwives, just to save their own kind, their own kindred. That is why they gave him that lie. It's not as if that there was ever a time that the Hebrew women were giving birth to children without pain or without labor or without complications. You're saying that I showed you, go and read it, I showed you from Genesis 35 and also from 1 Samuel chapter 4, how the wife of Jacob, that's Rachel, and Phinehas' wife too, they died, they had complications during pregnancy, during delivery, during labor. Even Rachel died in the process. So we need to understand this. No place in the Bible. So when you are saying to yourself, as a roundoff, if you are saying to yourself that I will deliver like the Hebrew woman, you are deceiving yourself. You are only saying nothing. There's nothing special in what you have said. You are only saying that I will deliver like any other woman delivers. That is what you are automatically saying to yourself. So we need to always understand this and don't stop deceiving yourself. There is nothing like a deliver like Hebrew woman. The Hebrew woman delivery is the same thing with the Nigerian woman delivery, Togolese, American, China. Is the same thing. Korean woman is the same delivery. No difference. Nothing special about the Hebrew woman delivery. So when you are praying that prayer next time, you are only saying nothing. Just know that. Even if you look at Isaiah, look at quickly. Let me just read it, and that's the last thing I'm going to say here today on this video. Isaiah 66, verse 7 to 8. What does he say? He's saying that before Zion travail, he will give birth, he will bring forth. Before Zion, before Israel, go in pain, he will bring forth. And the next thing he now said after saying that is, who have heard such a strange thing? Who have heard of such a thing? The Woman's Translation says, who have heard of such a thing? Who have heard of such a strange thing? In essence, what he's saying, what Isaiah 66 is saying here, from verse 7 to 8, is that it is a strange thing to say that a woman will bring forth without travail, without labor, pain, without pain. That it is strange to hear. It is a strange thing to hear. So if in the land of the Hebrew people, it's even a strange thing to hear that a woman will bring forth, or of course it's being used for Israel here as a metaphorical, speech, but then it is, implicatively, a woman, a pregnant woman. It is strange to say that a pregnant woman will give birth without going through pains and labor and all those things and all that. That is what Isaiah 66 is saying, that it's a strange thing to hear. So for you to now be saying such a thing is because you are not even studying the Bible you are trying to quote from. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to let you understand. God bless you.